We've won almost every single poll in the last 3 months against crooked Joe Biden, almost every poll. And she doesn't win those polls. And she doesn't win those. This is not your typical victory speech, but let's not have somebody take a victory when she had a very bad night. She had a very bad night.
That is former US President Donald Trump, who has just taken a giant step closer to his third Republican presidential nomination after beating former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley in the New Hampshire primary. And it comes 8 days after he crushed the competition in Iowa's Republican presidential caucuses.
Iowa, we set a record. It was the best in the history of the caucus, in the history. And I remember I sort of had the same feeling. I'm up and I'm watching, and I said, she's taking a victory lap. And we beat her so badly, but Ron beat her also. You know, Ron came in second and he left. She came in third and she's still hanging around.
In his usual style, Donald Trump took aim at Joe Biden in his victory speech.
We have beaten Biden. You could almost say, who can't? Who the hell can't? The man can't put two sentences together. He can't find the stairs off a stage.
Former ambassador to the UN, Nikki Haley, congratulated Donald Trump and says the fight is not over because we have a country to save.
I want to congratulate Donald Trump on his victory tonight. He earned it, and I want to acknowledge that. Now, you've all heard the chatter among the political class. They're falling all over themselves, saying this race is over. Well, I have news for all of them. New Hampshire is first in the nation. It is not the last in the nation. This race is far from over.
Sky News Washington correspondent Annalise Nielsen is on the ground in Derry, New Hampshire, and has been speaking to voters.
Now, this campaign all heads to South Carolina. That's where it becomes all the more critical because that is Nikki Haley's home state. It's where she was governor, and the risks are very high. If she loses there, she loses a lot of political capital for any future campaigns. We've been speaking to voters here today. This proved to be very much Trump country here at this polling booth, the largest in New Hampshire. And there is still that devoted base to Donald Trump who want to see him vindicated at the polling booth this November.
Donald Trump.
Why Donald Trump?
Because he's the man to do everything. He's good.
Yeah. Did you consider Nikki Haley?
I did not.
Trump.
Yeah. Why Trump?
Why not? He's going to do something that people want.
Did you consider
Which is a
Nikki
good
Haley?
thing. Did I consider her?
Yeah.
Yes, and discarded it.
And just this evening, Joe Biden's put out a statement saying it's now clear that Donald Trump will be the Republican nominee, and my message to the country is the stakes could not be higher. Our democracy, our personal freedoms, from the right to choose to the right to vote, our economy, which has seen the strongest recovery in the world since COVID, all are at stake. He was at an event highlighting access to abortion, which has been a key vote loser for Republicans in the midterms and in a number of very important state-level races. So this is not over for Nikki Haley by a long shot, but at the same time, it is becoming increasingly harder. She'll need a lot of campaign money to sustain herself for the next month and into Super Tuesday at the beginning of March.
Trump's win in New Hampshire tonight is a major blow to his rival, Nikki Haley.
9 points. So there's a lot going on with Republican candidates who underperform. I think her better messages would be if she talked about the America First agenda and promised the voters, including the Trump voters, that she would do exactly what he's done, but do it differently. Her differences with him tonight were not about policy. Her differences were about personality or cognitive tests. And I don't know, I think going to South Carolina for her is high risk, low reward. She's losing in the Real Clear Politics average by 30 points in her home state. And last point, the statewide elected officials in South Carolina, the governor, the attorney general, lieutenant governor, the members of Congress, the 2 United States senators, they were all here this weekend campaigning for Trump.